know you won't let go.
Minecraft update completely made SKF useless, removing all of its mods, so the admin made Sf2. An old faction from SKF gets made, the Irish lads, making it the first faction in SF2. Some hackers respawn. This is not to scale because I don't actually have the original picture, but yeah, they can respawn. Huz makes the first base on the server. When the Irish lads were raiding it, Huz actually logged on, and when logging on, he kills the intruders at his base. A team of a few factions run past a J-Dragon until it starts shooting them, and they have a very, very narrow escape, with Duck even being on half a heart. A massive alliance is made between the Conquerors, owned by Botsa, the Irish lads, run by Duck at this time, but the leader was Sean, and Big Cheese's team, obviously ran by Big Cheese. Destruct, the leader of Marauder Men, would shortly join. This one is going to be shown in pictures, but basically Duck robs Botsa for his own greed. Then Duck enchests the whole stuff. Big Cheese and Louis sees this. Big Cheese goes mining and Louis goes to work on his base. Botsa logs on and he's fine for a little bit until he realises his loot's gone. So he gets angry and he starts pressuring Duck. Where is it? Duck plays the innocent card. He pretends he doesn't know where it is, but Botsa kills him anyway. He then goes over to Louis, and then Duck breaks about having the loot in his end chest. So Botsa kills all of them over and over again. He then burns down their house. Botsa calls over Destruct, who is not that far off their own base, and they have a bit of a civil war. Botsa declares war on the Irish lads and acquaintances, and then logs off. Duck takes this opportunity to go in his end chest to try kill Destruct. He makes Destruct look very weak compared to him, but as soon as he does this, Botsa logs on. Even though Duck had, more gear, more strength, he logs off. Rumours start to spread around the Discord server that Slav, the tyrant from SKF, is coming back. Slav does return. He starts to organise a bit of a faction. Then when he realises no one's actually with him, he says he's leaving the server again. When the players realise that, a problem like Slav could actually occur, they all say they're going to band together to take over the map. A group of new players grief spawn, and this is actually what it looked like at the time. Some other new players were actually benefited by this, as they started mining all the custom ores out of the mountainside. Duck decides to help out, and with the resources he has, he builds a ginormous bridge across spawn. I was testing the new mob, the dragon, in an area a bit away from the spawn, and I forgot to /clear it, but a player goes up to it and realises the full power of the dragon. This is SKF, so they throw themselves at the dragon a few times to try to find a weakness, and they do. The dragon can't damage you if you're inside of its belly. F&O was out finding a base location when he walked across a castle. This was the Marauder Men castle. A hacker called Wiener joins, and paste, I think, a huge obsidian and lava box onto spawn. The players voted to keep this. I made another group post, and a lot of people joined, but when a lot of people join, there's always a hacker. So we was watching this hacker, and then he just hacked so obviously. The Great Spawn Massacre. This was the biggest by far on any server. It had over 120 deaths, and I think maybe up to 200. That's just a complete minimum. Here are some clips from that. A group kind of forms inside of the massacre, and it's Destruct, Farso, and Ghost. They decide to completely kill Destruct so they can't get betrayed in the future. A bit of a cold war starts happening on the server between Duck and all of Ghost's allies, because they're the biggest people that play the server. So Duck declares war on them. Not too long ago, Bots has said that he hid the dragon egg on the main island in the end. So Ghost spent about half hour looking for it, and then he exploded right next to a pillar, and he didn't see the dragon egg, but finally he did collect it. A player called Sf2 Timeline places down a bunch of withers at spawn. A person named Notch joins the server, and it turns out he was actually a hacker. Ghost is by far the most powerful on the server at this time, so Botsa gives him the crown, as Botsa stops playing as much as he used to. Ghost raid CCFN Louis, and Ghost leaves the server for about 2 days, but in these 2 days he gives the crown to Destruct. I put up a vote, and it was 8-2 that I played the server again, so I brought back my old account. Project Moon, full of half the factions in the server, is made by some people behind the scenes. If you want to be in one of these timeline videos, first you obviously have to join the server. So here's the server, here's the Discord. When you're in the server, please tell me when you think or you are doing something massive. Thank you and goodbye.